I don't know about you,
What you need to know?
but these players, young players, what is this with wanting to wear like star players' numbers? Can you tell?
Ay, mamma mia. Yeah.
Tell the story with the New York Football Giants.
Yeah. So there's a few jerseys in life that you just can't have, and the person we're about to talk about is one of them. So Abdul Carter, now a Giant, looks like he's
Right, and he's a top pick,
top
right?
pick. You know, expected
number
to be
3?
number 2. Number 3. Expected to be that guy. You know, by all accounts, he's going to be one of those ones. And another Penn State outside linebacker, edge rusher, who's going to be spectacular. Well, he says he inquires to Lawrence Taylor about getting that number 56 in New York. The Giants, arguably not the greatest defender, maybe one of, if not the greatest football players to ever live.
You just said it. And
Period.
I've
Any
been
position.
I've been covering the league so long.
1986.
87 for football.
I thought the NBA was 87.
No,
Baseball is 86 and the other two are 87.
Yes.
All right.
And
Put it
I
on T-shirts so I'll remember.
I actually covered Lawrence Taylor when
yeah.
he was on the Giants.
Yep.
I covered Lawrence Taylor during that time, and I'll sit here and tell you, like, he arguably is the greatest football player. Like, seriously.
And that's not crazy.
Go watch the highlights on YouTube.
He made grown men look
reaching over the line, grabbing quarterbacks.
By his pinky, throwing him around.
Throwing him around like a rag doll. It's incredible.
Remarkable.
Bill Belichick, I don't know about picking out future girlfriends, but he is definitely saying Lawrence Taylor is the greatest football player he's seen.
He got that right.
He got that one right.
Yeah, I mean, without a doubt. And so I say that all to say, bruh, you just got to the league. You haven't even the ink hasn't dried on the signing on with the team yet. And you're asking for the greatest player in Giants history, maybe the greatest football player, one of them all time. Hey, man, can we bring your jersey down from the rafters? Right. Sometimes you got to smack yourself and go, nah, terrible idea. Nah. And sometimes even the thought, I know that you think it's flattering, but it's actually turns around and becomes insulting to someone who means so much. If the new shooting guard drafted by the Bulls said, hey, can y'all bring down number 23 from Chicago? Hey, Mike, do you mind? I'm feeling a little 23-ish. We all would be like, man, what? So there's just absolutely certain things you can't do. And I'm always blown away by, like, did he say it out loud? Did he say it to his roommate, his girlfriend, his dad? Did anybody? Because there's nobody who could have thought, well, that was a great idea. You know what you should do today, son? Go ask the Giants, can their best player in history give up his jersey number? So, yeah, I'm blown away by that. And again, if it's supposed to be a sign of respect, I get it and appreciate it, but no, you just certain things you got to leave alone.
It's not that. It's self-absorbed. Like you go in, you have no idea. Seriously. And I get it, they're young, whatever. Can you do a little homework? Can you do a little research?
Yeah.
The idea that you're talking about a number worn by one of the greatest players ever makes no sense to me that you would even go in and imply that. Now, on the flip side, Warren Moon's number, which was retired by the Titans, right? The number 1, he allowed Cam Ward to wear his number, and Cam Ward's going to wear it, I guess, right? Going to take it. But he's the one who said, yes, you can do it, and he actually had the jersey for him. You know what I mean? I presented it to him in the presser. But I think this is totally out of bounds. And I even think, even with Cam Ward, you should make your own identity. A number's retired. Leave it retired. It was retired for a reason.
For a reason.
That means he was great. That's what fans remember. That's the only reason your number's retired. Not because they were tired of giving it out to people. You know what I mean?
Right. There's a reason.
Like, it does. Can I wear Babe Ruth's number 3? No, you can't wear Babe Ruth's number 3. No, you can't wear Lawrence Taylor's number 56. No. Warren Moon, no. Have some self-awareness.
Well, there you go. And just
you know what? That's nice. I want to make my own identity. I want to be able to have a number, play great, and people remember me for wearing that number. You know what number? Nobody have to worry about. Oh, I should say, Aaron Judge when he gets his number 99.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of he's wearing a number that
most
they probably
people don't wear. Yeah.
Right, that nobody really wears. So you won't have to have that issue, but there are a lot of those numbers, teams that have 32,
24s.
24. Willie Mays wore 24.
Yeah, there's a lot of
those
number
numbers.
One.
Right, where it's going to be hard. Even LeBron had 23 like Michael Jordan. I thought that was a mistake, like to wear that number. I don't know what his number was, and maybe he wore 23 in high school or whatever because he liked Michael Jordan or whatever.
That was his whole thing.
But you get my point about it. Right?
I do. And another thing to add to this is you don't want an instance, too, similar staying on the number, like number 15 in Denver. Now we're all like, well, what are they going to do? Carmelo, and obviously Jokic just has a better career than Carmelo, but I'm just saying, if you thought, one day we'll get to honoring Carmelo, one day now it gets weird.
Well, Carmelo and
Jokic with that 15 in Denver.
Well, but Carmelo's going into the Basketball Hall of Fame now.
Yeah, and so now
it'd be weird not to retire his number.
Exactly, you have a Hall of Famer in the franchise.
He was drafted there.
Yeah,
even though they didn't win anything, and I get that. And when they gave it to the Joker, it tells you that they weren't thinking of Carmelo like that. Doesn't it? I mean, for real.
No, seriously, that to even be an instance.
Because an equipment manager, they know which numbers to pull off. You know what I mean?
They really
like even before they retired Derek Jeter's number 2. Nobody's getting number 2.
So that was a great example. Imagine some new hot shot young shortstop gets drafted out of high school. He's the new one, and he goes, y'all got Jeter phone number? Why? So I can call him and ask him, can I wear that number 2? Sir,
you are not.
Man, have a seat, young man. Let's talk. Let me show you. Let me show you where the locker room is. Let me show you where the clubhouse is. Let me show you where this is where we normally go to get our ankles taped. Like, we're going to completely move on from that question you just asked me, because there's no way you just asked me, can I just give you Derek Jeter's phone number so you can call him and ask him about the number 2?
Right. And this is the thing.
And sit there like, what was wrong with that?
I think.
Come on, man.
I think it's totally out of bounds, and I'm curious to find out.
Maybe we're wrong.
Maybe we're old school, and you think it's in bounds. Is it in bounds if you were a great player? Like we just said it. Warren Moon is gracious and said, Cam Ward, you can wear my number, even though it's retired. And here's the other thing. If Cam Ward does great, are they going to re-retire it and put up another number 1?
Well, it's going to be a 1.5, 1A, 1B.
Like that's the point. Like, I'm great. I want to have a great career where my number's retired and it's already retired.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
I think
number 56, when I think of the Giants uniform, there's only one player, Lawrence Taylor.
There might only be one player in all of NFL when you think of number 56.
Right.
Seriously, if I said 56, you'd go Lawrence Taylor. Then I can say, no, I'm talking about somebody else, but that's your initial thought. And my last point for me, I'm not mad at Lawrence Taylor saying no.
No.
Because
he's within bounds. Dude,
I put in too much blood, sweat, tears. I put in too much time. I won Super Bowls. Like, we're not doing that.
He didn't just play. They were a great team.
They were a great team, memorable. I'm memorable. The jersey number's memorable. Also, he might have some type of, I don't know how it works, but like the NIL of as far as his deal. Like when the number 56 Giants jersey, I get that $1 of the sale. We don't need no mix-ups where you get the $1. Wait, it's his 50. Okay, well, no, player. And he played in the era where the money ain't like it is now.
No, not close.
I need every dollar. That's why you see older heads like him signing autographs, pulling up to Vegas.
All they do. They make a lot of money doing that.
Yeah, going up to take pictures and sign helmets. So, yeah, I have no problem with him saying no, equally as much as I have no problem with Warren Moon being that gracious. But I think it's up to the –
So where are you? Would you be Warren Moon or would you be Lawrence Taylor?
I'm big Lawrence Taylor. Especially key part, if I'm Lawrence Taylor. As good as Warren Moon was, and maybe great if he was allowed to play earlier in his career in the NFL, that's a whole topic.
He still was great in the NFL.
That's a conversation for another day. Warren Moon was spectacular. Lawrence Taylor is iconic. I'm not giving up that blue 56. They're letting you have it, young man. Go get a 57. Go get 11. I think that's what he wore at Penn State. Do your thing. But 56 in blue and the Giants, all the hell I've been through in life, the ups and downs, that means something to me. And I graciously say, no, thank you, young man. I'm holding on to this.
And here's the same thing, too. Like, the idea, Warren Moon is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. That's the kind of career he's had. He was unbelievable in the Canadian Football League. Go look, he won the Grey Cup.
If you count those stats, too, he's insane what he did.
He was insane throwing the football.
4,000 or 5,000 yards before that was a thing.
He went to the high school that's in my neighborhood, Hamilton.
Really?
Hamilton High School, in my neighborhood here in L.A., Warren Moon. But I'm just like, are you kidding? Like, even to ask him, I would be embarrassed to even ask him.
That's why I asked Rob.
He's a Hall of Famer. Why would you even and I don't know with Cam Ward if he asked him or not. I do not know that.
If he was being kind, hey, I know you already wore this number, young man. I'm going to look out. You don't have to worry about it. Maybe so. That's why I said I'm not mad if Warren Moon chose to do that, and I think it's fair to say if you're Lawrence Taylor or someone like that, and if you're Barry Sanders, number 20, and you're like, no, we ain't wearing that in Detroit, no. Like, that's your boy.
People would probably not be happy if somebody tried to put on a 20.
Yeah,
seriously.
Just like New York. Hey, all right, young man, we looking forward to you being here and helping us get another banner, but
you're not wearing
pump the brakes. Numbers, 56, right. Lawrence Taylor is the Giant.
All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Where are you?
Hey, Rob Parker. You mind if I tell everybody I've been covering the league since 1987?
No, you can't, because you haven't been. Would you be Lawrence Taylor and say, hell no, you can't wear my number? Or would you be Warren Moon and welcome it and say, sure, without no problem whatsoever? Let's go DH in Nashville. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up?
Shohei?
Yeah, nah. Hey, I think it's a difference, man. I think it's a difference in those situations, mainly because, one, Warren Moon was retired as a Houston Oiler. I think that's something totally different.
What are you talking about? What do you mean? It's retired with the
Titans. Yeah, I know what you mean, but it went to the other team.
It's the same franchise.
Yeah, I mean,
kind of.
It ain't kind of.
But I feel like it's a difference in the Tennessee Titans 20-year-old, 25-year-old franchise or whatever, almost 30, and the New York Giants.
What's the purpose of retiring numbers if you're going to let other people get them? That's the whole purpose.
Somebody go get a ladder and go get that jersey from me. Bring it on down.
That makes sense. All right, DH, I hear you.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of hear what he's trying to say. It almost feels like two different franchises. So
it's the same. Kevin Durant.
It's still a Celtic. A Seahawk. A Supersonic. Dang it.
A Supersonic.
Yes. I named every team in sports.
Jerry in Seattle. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Jerry?
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, I have to agree. As Warren Moon being one of my all-time favorites, I kind of have to agree with DH. I mean, Warren never played in Tennessee.
Then why his numbers retired?
But I get you, though. I hear you. But listen, though, the Lawrence Taylor thing's a whole other world. I mean, I just think it's like you said. It's the lack of awareness of
right.
Lawrence Taylor meant to the zeitgeist of football. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like Jordan, right? But I would just say to this young man, and to use like a theater parlance, like go out, break a leg, and see what you can do for yourself. You don't need LT's number.
Right.
Yeah. How about make a tackle or a sack first, and then
listen. Again, I just think there's
Jerry.
certain people on earth. If this were a middling linebacker who we all knew was solid, was good, but not all right. This is LT, right? This is like asking Derek Jeter for number 2, MJ for 23.
Right.
Like seriously,
can't do
going
it.
to Patriots and saying, "Can I get the number 12?"
How about Blake in Illinois? You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Blake?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? How you doing tonight?
Doing
good,
great. Where are you, man, on this?
I'm out in Peoria, Illinois, a little bit outside of Chicago.
No, okay. We're saying, what about the topic? Where are you at on the topic?
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. So I would say if I was Lawrence Taylor, respectfully, heck no.
Right.
I worked too hard for it. And, I mean, if you think about it, the Giants have already unretired number 1 for Neighbors. If they unretire another jersey, what are they saying about their organization? Are we just going to unretire every number and just give it to the newest, best, hottest thing? I just don't think that's a thing that they should be doing.
I agree. I just don't retire any numbers. Right? The Yankees should give out Babe Ruth's number 3. Like,
why not? He ain't here no more.
He ain't here no more. That's ancient history.
Yeah.
Dustin in Tennessee. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dustin?
Hey, how are y'all?
What's
Excellent,
up?
D.
Yeah, so the scoop is that the Titans is going to retire the Oilers jerseys again. So Warren Moon was passing the torch as far as, the transition to the Titans and letting somebody else use the one is what they said.
Warren Moon is a Hall of Fame quarterback.
He was great.
Don't you want to make your own legacy, though?
No, but I think Rob, let me, you know
Dustin?
me, I got to be the young guy. Go ahead, Dustin.
He's gone?
I mean, I get something like the Giants and the Yankees, Derek Jeter and that kind of thing. But when moving states and it's the same franchise, but.
Okay. All right,
Dustin. Yeah, my point was going to be, Rob. I think also one thing you and I have to, in the back of our head, and this is why I'm on this show to keep reminding you, since we're becoming old heads, branding. And sometimes we forget these kids. It's branding. I'm this number. I'm in this number. My goes with the jersey. I know. I'm with you. You heard me. But I think these kids are like, it's to your point of, hey, let's go make a new name for yourself, a new number. Start. Make your name in the league. It's branding. Hey, I've been number one. I'm always number one. Everybody knows me as number one. So that's just what it is. That's what they're looking for.
Justin in Bermuda. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Justin?
Odd Couple International. What's going on, you guys?
Yo, we appreciate you.
Yeah, man. I joined Kelvin in the Fatherhood Club. I haven't called you guys in a couple months.
Is that right? You got a boy or
blessings.
girl?
What
Boy
you got?
Or girl?
Got a little girl.
You really joined me. Yeah.
Mazel tov.
I got all the answers, brother. Just hit me up if you need them. Any questions? I got 3 of them.
Yeah.
All right, what you got on
Well, I
this?
ain't there yet.
He said pump the brakes.
So my old man is a big Giants fan, and it would be blasphemous for somebody else to wear Lawrence Taylor.
Right.
That's kind of crazy. But what I will say, though, is Abdul Carter, Michael Parsons, and LeVar Arrington all had the tradition of the 11 at Penn State. I think that's kind of where he wanted to continue the tradition of the edge rushers wearing a certain number.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's probably where it comes from. He thought, okay, let me take the best edge rusher from my team
Yeah,
and wear the jersey.
but
I get
obviously it wasn't retired at Penn State. That's why they kept giving it out.
And Michigan does that with the number 1 receiver.
Right,
So
you
you
see
had
what
a
I'm
bunch
saying?
of guys where
Right.
that became the thing. If once your senior year you're that guy, you can get the number 1.
I get it, but I'm saying, and the other thing with Lawrence Taylor, it was retired at a ceremony.
Yeah.
Like you have to understand why it was retired. I just don't I wouldn't even ask. I don't care if I wore 56 in
college. No,
I'm sorry.
And again, if he were just a really good linebacker on the team and he's Lawrence Taylor.
Ridiculous. All right, Andre from Massachusetts. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dre?
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for taking the call. Listen, for me, this is a real sign of the times, and Abdul Carter thinks because he has a couple hundred followers on Instagram that he's entitled to walk into the Giant Stadium and even mention Lawrence Taylor's name and put forth this idea of putting number 56 on his back. It's just absolutely outlandish. And again, you get, I just do feel these folks, come into the league with these grandiose opinions of themselves because they live in an I generation.
Yes.
Rob, you are on the Baseball Hall of Fame, which is the gold standard for Hall of Fame. So you understand what it means to be etched and be in those institutions and have your name spoken of in those type of heights. Abdul Carter, you're a good player, so on and forth, but you're not even the star of this draft, who is Travis Hunter. Okay, you're not we don't think about you coming into the NFL. You're the 3rd overall pick. You're
Right.
a really good player, but to start even mentioning Lawrence Taylor's name, never even then going to the standpoint of Lawrence Taylor making entreaties to give you his jersey. It's just in a whole different universe. So I understand that he's coming into the league with a lot of, it's a great moment for you. And you when people win awards, they say all type of things because they just feel filled with joy. I get all that. Okay, but take a huge step back and think about what you're saying. And then now you put a mark on yourself. We're looking for big things your rookie year.
Well,
If you're gonna
here's
be
my
mentioning
thing.
Lawrence Taylor.
Seriously, even if you're a young guy, maybe you don't know, and I get it. They don't know all the history or whatever.
Right.
It takes 2 seconds. Go numbers are retired.
Mm-hmm.
You know that. All it would take.
I heard he was good, but let me how good was he?
What numbers are retired with the New York Football Giants? I bet you if you asked them why they would call the New York Football, they wouldn't know. I just think I would Google and figure out before I would even address that to make myself know.
And I just think too, there's has to be someone, an agent, somebody's like, hey, just real quick, don't even do that. No. I was saying maybe no. Trust your boy. No, because he would be kind of flat. Trust your boy. We don't need to do that. We don't even need the publicity of you trying to do that. All right.